Hey everyone, welcome to the Foundations of Data Science series. I'm Harshini and I'll be guiding you through this course. Just a small insider info before we, move along with this is just genuinely don't stress out about this subject because in the very beginning it can seem overwhelming, but trust me, we've all been there. Once you start working through it, you'll actually realize it's pretty straightforward and you just need to give yourself some time to adjust and everything will just slowly fall into place. With that being said, I'll just give you a small introduction to what this course is really about. At its core, data science is just all about working with data, where you take this raw, messy information and then you're transforming it into something meaningful. And that's exactly what we're going to learn here. We'll start from like the very basics, like what data science even is, and then we'll move on to like cleaning and preparing data, extracting useful features from it. And then finally, we'll just, start building a few machine learning models upon these data sets. Now, by the end, you'll have like a really solid foundation and the confidence to even, try small projects on your own. Now that all of that is out of the way, we'll just get into a small talk about the prerequisites of this course. You heard that right. There is a small bit of prerequisites for this course. You'll just need to know really, really basic Python fundamentals and be a little bit comfortable with NumPy and pandas. And don't worry if you are not covered on that front because I'll also upload a few videos covering those topics. So if you need a little bit of a refresher, you can go through those. And if you're already comfortable, then you can, just skip straight to the data science part. I'll just walk you through like the course structure. I've divided it into 5 major sections. That is, first we'll be starting with introduction to data science. Like we'll be dealing with what it is, why it matters, where it's used, a few goals of data science, and so on. Next, we'll be going forward with data pre-processing, which is basically, having that raw data and you're preparing it for your data analysis. What are the steps that are used in between that process? Will be covered in that particular unit. And then we'll move to feature engineering, where you're making your data kind of smarter by creating the right inputs for your models, followed by machine learning, where you'll be learning, models that can learn patterns, make predictions, and what exactly goes on between them, where we use which model, and so on and so forth. When we get there, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. We'll conclude this series with a little bit of an introduction to deep learning, where you'll take a small light peek into the world of neural networks and AI. And obviously, we'll take each of these one step at a time, so you'll never feel rushed or overwhelmed. Teaching methodology of this, how I'll be teaching this course is it's going to be really hands-on. For every concept, I'll be explaining the theory, and wherever there's code required, we'll be, simultaneously working on that as well. I'll be sharing the Google Colab notebooks that I'll be using for this course. So, as you're watching the video, feel free to keep it open in another window and, try to simultaneously code with me. In this way, you can actually just practice along with me. You're learning while you're doing. We'll also look at a few case studies to see where exactly what we're learning is applied. So your real world applications. You'll try to, see what problems are arising and how to solve it using what you've learned. So by the end, you won't just know the theory, you'll also, be able to apply it. It's also something really important on how to learn the subject. Personal advice, I feel like you need to spend time with this subject. It's not something that, you run the code, you move on, or you read it and move on. Repetition is kind of like your best friend here. Instead of like, just trying to read through your material or trying to just go through it in one go, take some time, sit with it, see how it works, all of these functions, try and understand in a really basic level how these things, work out and stuff. For example, let's say in the upcoming lectures, you will be introduced to something called simple imputer, where you will be filling in missing values in the data set using it, and what strategies it uses to fill in that particular values. Now, when you're dealing with functions like that, instead of just relying on that particular function call to finish your job for you, you need to, also understand how exactly is it giving that output. So doing this makes the concept stick with you in the longer run. And also, like, remember, data science isn't about like memorizing, it's more about understanding. So sit with the concepts, try them again and again, give yourself some time. The more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. By the end of the series, you'll feel confident in building basic ML projects, coding them yourself, and most importantly, you'll learn to actually enjoy the process. I really, really want this course to feel as interactive as possible. So if you have any doubts or feedback, please share them with me. I'd absolutely love to help out. And thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to get started with all of you here. One step at a time, let's dive into this world of data science together, and I'll see you in the next video.